When it comes to love, well, you really can't do better than the dear Abbeys and dear Allens of Fargo-Moorhead. Love doctors, you are the love gurus. I am 22 years old and supposed to meet my boyfriend's family for the first time tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and I'm freaking out. I'm wondering, what does this really mean for our relationship? Sure, we're in love, and that's all fine and well, but what if I don't like them, and what if they don't like me? What if I love them? Is that good or is that bad? I'm just freaking out, and I'm putting a lot of crazy thoughts into my head to the point where I would rather just last minute cancel and say I can't go, maybe pretend I'm sick or something. Am I putting too much weight on this, or is this the massive deal I feel like it is?
I think you're overthinking it. You're psyching yourself out. Just take a deep breath and don't have any expectations.
The only expectation that you should have when you go to meet the boyfriend or the in-laws, the boyfriend's parents and the in-laws, right? The only expectation is eat all the pie.
All that pie.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Because then
do.
they're going to be like, look at this slob. Didn't save any for us.
Exactly.
Likes that pie, don't she?
And then they'll be like, we either hate him or love him. Make it funny or they hate you. One of the two. I don't know. That's what I would do.
You know, it is a thing. It is a massive step to go ahead and meet the parents. It is. But I also think you're putting too much stock in it. Is it going to be kind of awkward? Sure, it probably is. Is there going to be a lull in the conversation? Sure. But Thanksgiving's a pretty good time to do it because there's probably not just like the two of them and the two of you there. There's probably other people there. So that takes I'd say that's less pressure than going on some random Saturday.
Right. And I'm sure there's going to be cousin there or something too, maybe. So you can always, at the same age.
Just blend in.
Yeah, just kind of just hang out. And if nothing else, if it gets really weird, go watch football. That's
Here's
what I just go pay attention. I really like football. Just hopefully you know a little something about it.
I don't know if your advice is the best.
How is it not? If you don't
Eat
know-
a whole thing of pie and just leave everybody and go watch football. They're going to be like, what is this slob who just took all our pie and left us? Just make conversation.
On the couch eating pie.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
You would take the whole thing of pie.
I don't know the whole pie, but I would go to whatever dessert
Half the
had
pie.
been touched. Yeah, the least amount touched, and I would take that and I would eat it. And then I would go watch football.
Maybe just freaking out would also be.
Yeah, just don't freak out. Just don't freak out.
Love doctors, you are the love gurus. My boyfriend of 3 years and I broke up a couple of months ago. The breakup was amicable, I felt like, and pretty much drama-free. I haven't talked to him in over a month, and he called me a few days ago, and I haven't really responded to something he's thrown at me. He's asking if I would tag along to his family's Thanksgiving. It kind of caught me off guard, but apparently he never told anybody we broke up, and they really like me, and he thinks it would be nice if he would just come, and maybe he tells them in a week or two that we broke up. Do I back out on this? Do I take him up on this? I didn't really have any plans for Thanksgiving because my family's out of town and I have to work on Friday, so it's a win situation and that I get to eat, but I'm hanging out with my ex and pretending that we're dating.
I was going to say, it depends on how you feel about your ex. I would just tell him, no, you need to just, on Thanksgiving, he'll have to break the news. But if you have nowhere to get turkey,
You get some food.
go get that food.
Yeah, you can actually get some food. I don't know. I mean, like, I think that's a normal guy thing, right? Especially if, like, he's holding on to hope, clearly. That you
Seems
guys
that way, because he never mentioned that you broke up.
Right. So if you show up to Thanksgiving, then he's still got that hope. So if you see nothing with this man ever reconnecting or anything, don't do it. Mm-hmm. Don't do it, because otherwise you're just going to pull strings on that poor man's little heart on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because on one hand you get some turkey and it didn't sound like you're getting turkey. It's good for you because you're getting the food, I suppose. It's bad because, like Joel was saying, I think this guy's still got the feels. You're probably not doing him a favor by tagging along.
Right, yeah. You're going to have, this will be the Band-Aid that you can rip off and be like, you know, I would love to. I love your family. But I just feel like it's only going to make things worse if that's the case. Because you haven't told your actual family that we're not together yet.
Yeah, why wait so long?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is weird. And finally, love doctors, you are the love gurus. I'm the youngest of my parents' kids. I just graduated from college. And as I've been looking at my parents' life as an adult, it's pretty clear that they don't belong together and they don't really like each other. They've been living basically separate lives, but under the same roof ever since I was in middle school. And I'm just sure they would be happier if they were divorced. How do you set your parents down and explain to them, I think you'd be happier if you would just leave each other?
I don't know. They got to figure that out themselves.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like, how
hey,
weird.
Mom and Dad, I want to have 2 Christmases. Can you divorce?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I think you guys would be happier not together. I feel like they have to, if it is the thing, I don't know, maybe you can casually bring it up in conversation and just be like, are you happy, Mom? Are you happy, Dad? Whatever, maybe, and just, because, if you guys did get divorced, it wouldn't hurt me. Because a lot of times it does hurt kids when they get divorced, depending on the age, too. So maybe if you are comfortable with not having your parents together, maybe you could bring it up. But I feel like they'll figure it out themselves. Just let it be.
I tend to agree. Now, I do think if you have, because a lot of times you're closer with one of your parents than the other. You know, they'll always say they don't have a favorite, but you probably do, and you're closer with one of them than the other.
Right.
You could, if you have one that you got that relationship with, you could be like, you ever think about what your life would be like if you guys weren't together? Like, you guys seem to fight a lot. Are you happy? Like, you could maybe bring it up, but I would tend to just stay away from it because parents' love life is their love life. You don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, and sometimes maybe they are actually happy outside of the fights and stuff like that, and they can brush it off as fast as it happens.